Paula Reid is in Washington. Hi, Paula. Flynn's plea deal would imply he was facing more serious charges. Is there a sense of what else the special counsel's probe had on him?
Absolutely. Let's look at the witnesses that have testified before the grand jury here in Washington. Sources confirmed to me that at least half a dozen witnesses have gone before the grand jury to testify about Flynn's business dealings, specifically his lobbying on behalf of Turkey and Russia, and his failure to fully disclose the extent of his work or his earnings. Now, that could bring charges similar to those faced by Paul Manafort and his business associate Rick Gates. They're FARA charges. That's just the fancy word for the law. It requires you to register when you're lobbying on behalf of foreign countries and disclose your income. That was the tip of the iceberg in terms of the charges that could be brought. I mean, many FARA charges could have been brought against him, in addition to potentially some other charges about whether or not he should have even been discussing sanctions without actually being an official member of the U.S. government at that time. So we know there's a lot of other evidence that the grand jury saw and could have indicted him on, and the fact that all of this was sort of pushed to the side by Mueller suggests that the evidence that he is providing is significant.
And so what kind of information is Flynn expected to provide to investigators?
Well, court documents today reveal that Flynn will testify that he discussed with top Trump transition officials whether or not he should talk to the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, and specifically what they should discuss. He will also testify that during these conversations, it was decided that he would discuss sanctions, and he would also discuss ways as to not escalate the situation between the United States and Russia. Of course, at that time, the Obama administration had put forth additional sanctions on Russia. It appears, based on what Flynn is testifying to, that the Trump transition team had some sort of reason for wanting to tamp this down. It's a bombshell in this investigation.
Absolutely. Now, could President Trump pardon Flynn? And if so, what would that mean?
Yes. I mean, there is always the long game potential that he could be pardoned, but the evidence that he has provided, it's in the court document, it's signed by him. Even if he runs off with the circus tomorrow, it's still in the court documents. He has agreed to continue to cooperate, but what he's put forth, that doesn't change. So even if he was pardoned from this false statements charge that he has pled guilty to, special counsel could still go and file all those charges I just mentioned. And ultimately, I think people have been batting around a lot of these hypotheticals. If Mike Flynn wanted to wait on a pardon, he wouldn't have taken this deal. He says that he took this deal because it was in the best interest of his family, and he doesn't see that litigating this all the way really is in the best interest of his family, even if there is a pardon at the end of all that.
All right, Paula Reid, thank you.